In today's episode, we will be going over some of the best highlights from the matchup between G2 and Top Esports during the lower bracket round 2 of MSI 2024. Now, without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
All those camps, and you can be very active and spend a lot of time just roaming around and working with your team.
Well, we've got a Zenith Blade in towards the bottom side of the map. Mickey trying to keep them at bay, but Hansama taking so much damage. Jackie gonna have to back away as Mako's flashing. Immediate flash to follow from Hansama, and there's first blood in the 2v2. This was a Top Esports win condition, and they're getting crushed.
This is not the way it's supposed to go at all in the bottom side of the map.
My bingo card's upside down.
Hans and Mickey getting the 2v2 first blood is huge because we already looked at mid. Caps having that early advantage.
Oh, we knew it was coming. There it is. Mickey just executes Jackie Lowe.
He overstays trying to fix the wave. He believes. As now, the gank we were talking about appearing in bots.
Yeah, there it is once again. Yike turning up, and Hansama, he is hopping mad. Jackie, nowhere he can go. Mako just gonna have to walk away from it. And this bottom lane is done for Top Esports.
Great CC from Yike, the flash forward to get the Q. Because you can see where Mako was positioned, he'd set up for the play, but now BB needs to get out of here.
369 going aggressive, does get him a nice little shield there, does Broken Blade. Now underneath his turret, TN just biding his time, finally does just hold that wave, looking to get that crash. So under 200 health, let's see whether Broken Blade can keep himself alive. He's just gonna try and deny the assist, and that will be successful at least.
It's all you can really do.
Clearly aren't too concerned about the deficit they find themselves in now. The Dragon spawning in a minute's time. Caps.
Well, yeah, Caps just gonna have to buffer the rocket jump, does so very nicely halfway through the Emperor's Divide. And now Daisy's gonna make her way out onto the mid lane. Still Caps gonna have to flash this shot, doesn't even get the auto off. Oh no, and now Creamy could be in trouble. Yike looking for another one, and there it is. Hansama locks down the kill. Has to flash, but that'll get him out of dodge. And G2 had just taken names all over the place.
I didn't even know that was possible.
And that was like three in a row.
And the push on mid, our bot side has been gained.
Yep, BB also now just turning back up in lane. Tien trying to figure out exactly where that dragon is. They are now looking for the rear exit. And TES will make their way forward. Okay, Daisy getting involved first as the dragon going down very low. In goes Mickey, Solar Flare is gonna land, and there goes the jungler. Immediately Tien is dead, and now Jackie in the background. It's Caps that's on the board. Mako now just a reset away, and the Goomba stops will continue. Caps just gonna finish off a bunch of extra kills. Hansama gets his 4th of the game, and it's all coming up G2.
Top Esports stepped in blind, and G2 just leap out of the bushes. Things like Rift Herald is going to be really big.
Well, they are going to be able to set up for it, and that is the Rift Herald going down. Yike collects the eye, and they should be able to use this to break the mid lane out.
Having push, leaning into his side lanes is making it really tough for, you see here, Top Esports to defend these outer structures. Jackie Love and Mako weren't sure whether they needed to assign themselves the mid lane to protect the push from Caps or protect their top lane turret. So G2 doing a really good job of playing off their lane states right now.
369 going aggressive. Yike going to turn up in the nick of time though. The hookshot comes down. There's the Hextech ultimatum Q. That's going to get him out of there with the all out. As now 369 just going to get taken down. Tien going to get the flash out from Yike, but that might be all he gets as Daisy's getting amongst it. Now Caps will finally turn up. The ultimate's going to be there, but it's not going to save anything. And there's another beautiful buffer from Caps to grab the double.
An overextension from 369 means that Top Esports trying to protect their top lane. Mentioned the scaling still feels like it's in favor of G2 the longer this game goes on.
The big adaptation I want to see is... Oh, hang on.
369 could be in trouble yet again. Broken Blade, though, not quite winning the trade just yet. Needs this Tristana to turn up as rocket jump just to get him amongst it. Q going to miss, though, thankfully, because of a hook shot, and Broken Blade gets out. And that is another kill. In the meantime, Hansama, he's dead on this bottom side. Yikes on a killing spree, though, because Cream has also fallen down. Mickey diving in one more time. I'm not sure about that one, but he's Battle Leona, and Broken Blade had the flank angle. Jackie will be taken down, and now Top Esports find themselves with only a jungler. He's knocked up. Daisy's gone ridiculous and audacious or not. That charge ain't doing squat. G2 will ace them.
G2! That's 2 supports! You're not supposed to fight with an Ivern and a Leona! That's like League of Legends 101! But somehow, they make it work! They get the kills! BB comes in to save the day! And G2 are taking over everything on the map. Caps though.
Yeah. That buffer not quite working out here as 269 does have his claws in the Tristana. There's the flash. The Mega Cone should get the Tristana out of there.
On the top side play prevents anything from happening. And then this is the engage that we missed. Mickey gets on towards Jackie Love, but with Cream coming in over the side, there's nothing that he can really do. Good ultimates from Mako to lock down Hansama. But now this is 3v2 with 2 supports and a Daisy. The Rock is doing so much work.
The damage from Daisy's just crazy, isn't it? The fact that Mickey goes back in is just to buy time for the Camille. I was not expecting him to then also get a kill, but once Broken Blade arrives, it's just cleanup for G2.
Yeah, we were saying that it was a bad move. I think even if that teleport wasn't happening, if Mickey knew that he was just able to kill him, G2 not going to have to live without their support as Broken Blade here towards the bottom side, just keeping the pressure up.
Great interrupt from Mickey on towards 369. 369 has the clear queue, but
Solar Flare gonna land right into the middle of Cream. And he will have to, shift some sands, gets himself out, but
nice reset.
Yeah.
They don't get back, they don't get to protect their tower, they don't get to pass go. It's been a bit of a mess here for Top Esports.
G2's getting everything. Top Esports tried to find a pick, it didn't work out, and now the Baron is being started.
So they're not only splitting, but they're also threatening the Baron. 4-man strong on the objective. Vision now does go over to Top Esports, so they know what's going on, but there are bushes everywhere. In goes Cream, finds the Mega Cone, but Caps has once again buffered the rocket jump. He goes golden to keep himself alive, and now it's Top Esports finally finding themselves a team by Caps. He just cannot auto in the fight. BB wants to get one back, and he does kill Jackie Love, but that should be the last of it here, as Top Esports will not go down without a fight.
A massive blunder from G2. Broken Blade should be able to get away with his life, but by forcing the Baron, Yike actually gets taken out at the start of the fight. Some great team fighting from Caps, and Broken Blade keeps the Baron from being taken, but Top Esports showing their resilience in this game.
Still they're going to lose an inner turret here as Caps just comes on down, takes that one out. And now a teleport forward as Broken Blade looking for Tien. Mako is here, lands himself the hook. Caps now looking for that flank angle as Tien's going to have to get over the wall. Broken Blade gets in there though. And Cream now doing battle with a Baron and a Broken Blade. 369
what is going
a little bit
on?
far away. And this is, I don't know guys.
This isn't over. Caps has TP. They're just going to come back to the Baron. They just killed the jungler.
Wait, so that was the plan all along? Is that what you're telling me?
It's our plan.
It's definitely our plan.
And at least it is now, because Top Esports look just about as easy as we are.
Tian tries to steal a red buff, and he loses his life for it. A good TP from Broken Blade.
Looking for a soul. This should go their way as well. It's a 10,000 gold lead at 24 minutes. Tien gonna get Hextech ultimatum, but does immediately break it. That's just not gonna be enough to get him out of dodge though, and Broken Blade gonna grab that kill. Jungler goes down, Drake is gonna be secured here, and now we got 6 minutes until...
a little bit of adaptation on the top side. We've seen this Kazante for 369 a lot, but actually, hang on.
All right, yeah, Emperor's Divide is going to put, I believe that's Caps, underneath the turret. He survives for a long time, and now Baby makes his way in. They trade mid laners, and G2 are now running amok in the team fight. Solar Flare gonna slow down Jackie Love for the moment, and G2 continue coming forward. Top Esports gonna have to give up their base structures here, as there's a minion wave in mid lane as well. It's going to be inhibitor on the top side, and yes, you managed to kill Caps, but that is all they're going to get, as G2 will destroy their base. There's another Zenith Blade in as Mickey tanking a couple of turrets. He doesn't seem like he minds about it at all, as he's now just backing away. Fate's Call isn't available, and so he did actually have to walk his way out. And see the base in absolute tatters. G2 now moving towards this bottom side. 369, he might be Kazante, but I don't think he's getting out of this one. And Caps, wow, okay, yeah, that's a
not really extra pressure, trying to split up the wave clear from Top Esports. Broken Blade even threatening an end on this Camille. Here they go.
Yeah, there he goes. They do manage to find the stun onto Cream with the Solar Flare, but the Zenith Blade is going to miss. Hook from Mako, though, puts him in, but out of threat for the moment. And G2, they're just going to be focused on making sure that this is as impossible as possible to actually defend the siege.
It's a minute until Baron as well, so I think G2 just keep conga lining these minion waves in. And they can
okay, last-ditch effort as the teleport is coming in. Mako does find himself a hook, but Mickey immediately executes him. Another phenomenal buffer here from Caps with the rocket jump, and now getting himself into position. Hansama's the one that's able to take down the tank, though, and I think G2 are just a little bit too far ahead. These wall shots are so heavy, and they're going to use them to knock down these turrets and take game 1 in the series.
Caps is styling almost done with the rocket jumps. It's a stylish game for G2, and just like that, they're one up in the series.
He flashed the FPX logo.
Yep.
If he's not feeling himself, I don't know who is. Last game, he was a little isolated, but at the end of the game, he had done the most damage in the whole game. He was a menace. And G2 are now once again going to have these silent
door, as Tien getting some information here. Know exactly what's going on. Does G2? We'll see whether they can actually survive this one already. Hansama, some decent damage coming down as the Void Ooze comes on through there. Great flash to avoid the flag and dragon. Now Mako, he's not going to get bailed out from this one, and Mickey's diving forward. Caps, he's going to get interrupted though. Can't find the rocket jump in. Still Tien, he's going to get stunned. Manages to get out with the flag and dragon. They ain't going to keep him alive as it's a double kill for the Cogmore. And Hansama once again picking up
124 adoration stacks already for Jackulov, as Yike is going to secure the 3rd grub.
Yeah, we'll be able to take that one down. Burrows his way out. Destiny,
just going
as
back
Yike says, all right, I'm coming back in again.
But hang on, the bot lane of Top Esports is here.
Yeah, and that is going to mean that at least they're not able to go aggressive onto Tien.
And we think back to the BLG final against them as well. Elkin on, working with Shun to just perma-dive that bot lane. G2 understood their assignment as Caps.
He just dies. Alrighty. He had Buster Shot, he just wasn't able to use it while he was dead. As in the meantime, here on this bottom side of the map, Hansama with that W running, doing a fair bit of work here. There's the stun. The living artillery. Is the bailout going to come through? No, it's not. And once again, the Top Esports bottom lane are losing to Mickey X and Hansama, and they are looking for even more. There's the stun. The living artillery through again, and the minions not going to take down the Cogmore.
So the bot lane for G2 looks over the course of winter perfecting this kind of late game scaling, but the threat in the early game has been huge. But now Broken Blade will have to pay the price.
Yeah, Tien back up here once again as 369 closes the gap. There's the all-out, pushes Broken Blade against the wall, and he'll get knocked up and taken down. 369 grabbing a kill there as Caps continuing to do battle with this Corki in the mid lane. Probably a little bit more apprehensive now. Get in there and utilize the package to get something done.
Yeah, there could be an argument to leave that package until the Rift Herald in 2 minutes time, but just trying to keep it in sync with the Dragons is...
Well, there is that package that we were talking about. Rocket Jump does get through as there's the gate. Interrupted by Tien, and now Broken Blade, he's gonna have to flash if he wants to make it out of this one. He does so, uses the Ghost as well. So he'll survive. Yike takes the Dragon, and there was something about to happen in the mid lane, but with the fact that that gate was not allowed.
It's gonna be really tough for this Cassante to deal with.
Well, more aggression here towards the bottom side of the map. Could be a dive opportunity as the Glacial Fissure does not find its mark. There's the flash knock-up though as Jackulov flashes, get himself out of the way. The bailout comes on through, and he's not going to survive through it. Tien now having to flash, but it's not going to work out for him either because he's just between a rock, a hard place, and then dead. Yike now under the turret, and it's a triple for Hanzo. He's 6-0-1 on the Cogmore. Cream, I don't think he's going to be able to do anything here, and this turret should be in the dust too. Upside instead. So maybe miscommunication, something like that, just not quite finding what they needed to. Is now Broken Blade with no flash. I think should be going down here as 369 gets over the Cataclysm wall. And there it is. So the Twisted Fate down once again. They'll trade it for a Rift Herald though, and maybe some more here towards the top side. Glacial Fissure going to be avoided nicely with the Valkyrie from Cream, who does still have to flash to get himself out of the way. Mickey in a bit of trouble now as Yike from the side. This one's a dicey dive, though, if they do want to go for it, and I don't think they will.
I mean, Top Esports is trying to get what they can on the cross map. They're able to push out bot. TP is available onto 369. He is going to invest it into top lane.
Skin Cogmore.
50
the champion
seconds.
with some of the best skins in the game. All right, well, Mako could be in trouble here. Winter's Bite going to connect, puts up the door. There's the stun, and look at these AD carries. They just wail on him. And Mako did not stand a chance. Now the Rift Herald comes down to the mid lane. That should be this turret going down as well. And G2's lead is only going to further extend as Top Esports. I think they'll be lucky to defend their inner turret here off the back of this one as Mickey X, he wants even more. Not going to find the Glacial Fissure once again, though, as Yike will be interrupted. Still, they're not going to go. Yeah,
and he's going to buy a Blade.
So Blade of the Ruined King and Ginsu's both completed here at 17 minutes. That's a pretty quick 2-item spike to come in for the Cogmore. Not going to be able to get them a Drake, though, because he was back in the shop with Boris. And So the Ocean Drake will be secured. It's a mount.
I don't know if we're going to get to that stage, though, because with the way that it's positioned now, G2, you're basically moving Mickey back and forth between mid and bot to make sure this package doesn't get value, and it won't.
Well, it is going to be used underneath this turret as Destiny comes on forward. Cream is really dead, guys. Super duper dead.
And I think it's desperation
Oh
from top
no, and there's the
Esports.
ult forward as well from Yike. As Jackie Love, he's going to have to flash. That's not going to save him though. Gold card comes in and it's another double for Hans Sama. Caps on the top side of the map trying to deal with this massively fed Cassante. He's got the ghost and he will get the flash out of Caps.
369. He's TPing.
That's a teleport. He just needs to get himself out of there, I think is the situation.
Yep, he realizes the collapse is happening. He's
going to try and take down this outer turret, continue the pressure for G2 as Jackie Love will push this wave into the outer turret in mid. Finally, a Glacial Fissure is going to land onto Jackie Love, and there are the stacks. Yike comes in, finds the Pre-Seeker, and there is the ulti to finish it off. And Jackie Love can't catch a break this game.
Misstep after misstep from top Esports. Overextensions in G2 is incredibly quick to punish. Also, does Mickey have a homing beacon on this queue? Because this man does not miss.
I was going to say, I didn't know him Braum was an engaged champion. This guy is just
not.
finding it.
I really hope that Kerry isn't watching this. He's not an engaged champion, okay? As top Esports now looking to try and stop this Baron, but it's going down so incredibly fast. G2 looking for the turn. Destiny does come on through as there is Mickey taking down 369. The biggest threat on the team is TN. I'm not sure about that Cataclysm, but he wants to try and deny a Baron. He takes forever to go down, but he will be taken out in the end. The Baron's secured. The Whirling Death does absolutely nothing, and G2 will not be stopped.
Even Cream is trying.
But it's still a very similar shellacking coming on through here as they're now pushing on this inhibitor turret towards the bottom side. Cream trying to do what he can. The Glacial Fissure goes wide. They do try and get themselves out of there. That is a turret going down on the top side, but it means the Cassante isn't here. The most important member of this team. He's now going to have to look for a back angle to try and save this inhibitor, but it's not going to work out. This is definitely dead, but can G2 get more is the question. Mid lane inhibitor turret has been set up as the flash forward from Mickey once again gets the package onto Jackie Love. He blocks the Whirling Death as well, and now G2 are looking to get themselves out. They'll burrow, they'll rocket jump, and they'll be just fine. As Tien looking for his opportunity. Let's see whether he can find at least a target to try and focus on, but Cream's already down to 50%. The Buster Shot, too good from Caps, and the door is being placed. Massive damage to come out here, and the Cogmore is spitting mad onto top Esports. This might just be it. Jackie Love just explodes, and Mickey, he's immortal.
5 alive for G2, 5 dead on the side of top Esports. Just like that, 24 minutes, 30 seconds, G2 will wipe out top Esports.
What was that? What an incredible team fight from G2. 12-0-7. If there's ever a way to silence the doubters, Hans Sama, that is the best way you can do it.
Jazz, but in the grand scheme of what you want from your composition, I just don't think the Udyr is it. Trying to run into Nico, Ivern,
Farm very nicely as another wave crashes into the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think this for G2 is kind of a, hey, we want to let, oh, wait a sec.
Yeah, there's a hook shot once again as Hans Sama could be in trouble. The exhaust has to be used onto Mako, and that's understandable. Level 4. And is very scary as now Jackie Love with so many sticks into Mickey. He's going to have to flash, but there's a flash after him. And now First Blood goes the other way. And Jackie Love will pick up a double. Draven still managing to get a kill there as the Trigger Seed landing on this bottom side. Jackie Love going to have to try and get out of here, as I don't think Yike has much left.
A lot of that, what we saw from top Esports against Gen G was Mako starting that comeback. When he came into Game 3, was bringing out the Alistar, having this insane performance. But
there's the all-out special delivery of the Udyr towards Yike, who will be able to land the stun. Follows up as well as now 369. I don't think he's going to have anywhere to go. Does have the Ghost running, but Broken Blade will be able to keep up. Finds the Q and finds the kill.
Nicely done by Broken Blade to get the knockback right as Yike is there. Void Grubs will still go the way of top Esports, but a big win for Broken Blade on that top side, just getting some much needed gold and some much needed
But
help.
you know, that is the pros and cons of Caps. Sometimes you get creps, sometimes you get claps, and overall he is having an incredible tournament.
He certainly is. Now taking a fair bit of damage here in this mid lane as Mako turns up, finds the Hex Tech sweep as now Yike not going to be able to get the stun. Good buster shot on Mako. Yeah, he's up up the creek, and he does not have a paddle. That is going to be the first kill for Caps. He's on the board.
This time around, Vetty, he baits them in perfectly with the jump and the shield coming through, and even having Mickey as a cohort in that play as well. Nicely done by G2. I can see TN waiting up the side, but round
the
2.
All out does come on through here from Broken Blade as 369 in trouble. And the Casante's got a few more buttons in the tank, and we'll be able to get that dash on over. Q gonna connect, and that should spell the end of 369. The Udyr just not working.
A bit of redemption for Broken Blade. Ooh, the ultimate from Hans Sama almost connecting onto Cream.
Look, on lethality, Callista won't be able to deal with.
Top Esports still with the control over these neutral objectives, though. They've gotten the first 3 grubs of the game. They're going to secure the first dragon to boot. A relatively late one once again, 10.5 minutes into the game. This is a better scenario to be available, choosing not to invest it just yet. I stand corrected. Top Esports still feeling confident to secure these grubs. With Cream back out onto the map and having the package available, further objectives will be secured. Top Esports still in good control of this early game.
The reset from Hans Sama and Mickey later than Jackie Love and Mako, so Top Esports know that they would have had the reinforcements coming through quicker, so they managed to force that play through with 369 teleporting in. BB still hasn't gone for it because that health bar was whittled down, but just needs to make sure there's nothing following him as that fake Nico checks that TN is still in the bush, and Top Esports at least will back away.
Yeah, Daisy gets amongst it. She has a health bar, even if Yike doesn't. Cap's going to teleport back to lane. Will help pick up all of that CS. Now Mickey could be in trouble. Hookshot comes down. There's a Hextech ultimatum. And they just execute the Nico. Once again, Daisy comes in, but she's a little bit too late. Unless Mako doesn't have anything left. Whirling Death comes down. Nice little knock-up from Daisy from beyond the grave. Still not going to be able to get the kill on the Camille.
Glacial Augment almost slowing Mako obnoxious and deal a lot of damage once it gets the required items.
I think it's just BB is going to be such an issue. The fact you've got this massive lead against the Udyr, you can see the Mastercard lane economy snapshot, 400 gold lead. He's going to be able to already have the Cadet Brooker and then go the Iceborne Gauntlet off, I imagine.
Try and fight this early on, though.
Don't know whether they have enough information as Mickey does get his clone into that brush. Control Ward's still going to be there, though, for Top Esports.
Yeah,
just going to give it up.
Just going to give it up. The reset coming through from BB as well. He just, well, I'd imagine picked up his Iceborne Gauntlet, so they're not really looking to fight right now, and more than likely be for the next dragon where they try and look towards
the
it.
Ward is seeing where they're allowed to go on this map right now as Cream gonna have to Valkyrie to get out of the way of BB, and now TN diving forward, doesn't quite find his opportunity as the Rift Herald heads down towards that bottom side. They've got one of their own though in Daisy, who will pop up and try and do some damage back. Rift Herald's going to be able to take that one down. There's the flash. Pop Blossom only onto one, but Tien still going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. And now the Fate's Call onto Mako. He's going to dive in. They take down Mickey. Hextech Ultimatum comes in as well as Broken Blade goes all out. But Ansama, he'll cash in. That's so much money in the fight. And they lose the turret, but they cash in on their Draven.
1 for 1, but a 1,120 gold cash out for Hansama, sitting on the Infinity Edge as well. They might not be done the flank TP.
Yeah, Yike looking for that opportunity. The Valkyrie not going to quite be enough here. He does still have the flash available as Broken Blade. He can tank this one up for as long as he wants. That flash was not exactly the one they were looking for as BB still tanking it up, and it's another shutdown going over to Hansama.
Right before the dragon spawns as well, G2 managed to find a lot of these punishing picks. 369 still pushing in against Caps though. Caps will need a reset.
Damage coming out from the side of G2. I mean, so far, full AD comps haven't really been punished at MSI. We'll see if this could be the first. Hans doesn't know that Tian's there.
Yeah. They have control vision in the area as now the Pop Blossom is going to be used onto Jackie Love. He gets snared, but in the meantime, Hansama, he has to flash into the Baron pit. He's alive for a while, but there is the Void Rush. Broken Blade will be able to take down Cream, though, and they're running out of damage on the side of Top Esports. Caps is going to go down as well, though, and it's a 3 versus 3. Broken Blade, realizing he's the last one that can really do too much. He takes down Mako. 3 versus 2 now. Tien and 369 trying to get something done, but I don't think 369 is going to be able to do it. Tien also realizing he cannot offer anything in the fight, and the knockback onto this Udyr who just cannot do it. He'll get knocked up. Daisy gets involved. It took a while, but they take him down, and G2 win the fight.
BB stands for a big boy in this case, but they're making it look easy as
Did I play-by-play
Is
this one?
anyone taking damage? I can't.
Is
Did
anyone?
they see the shields?
I mean, they're padding their DPS stats. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Broken Blade is winning.
I think so too. But I don't know whether...
Is anyone really winning here? Is that...
We are the viewers.
The viewers, that's a good point. Thank you, Atlas. TP?
Oh my god.
All right,
Wait, no, TP on 369!
Yeah, he's just going to teleport right in there, and 369 he can run pretty quick, but I don't think he can run fast enough.
They got to keep Tian out of the
Daisy
pit.
comes down as well, exactly right. It's all about this Rek'Sai and his positioning. They know exactly where he is. Now, can they find it? There's no package. Oh, it's either, and there it is! It's going to be secured by Yike, and now Top Esports, what are they going to do? They want to try and get rid of these Barons, but they can't do anything about it, and finally 369 turns up, but it doesn't mean anything, the Baron's gone!
Example of it, Broken Blade just trading with 369. They knew the timers, they were setting up for the Baron that whole time. And then they're able to sneak it away. A great ultimate from Caps to keep Tian away from the steal, and now the siege begins.
Tian has to burrow his way out. They're
And
not
Top
going to...
Esports did get to reset, but the Dragon already taken. Mickey spotted. Top Esports want the fight.
Yeah, Mickey, they are going to find the right one here as Tian may have chased a little bit too far, taking so much burst damage as now Daisy gets in amongst the Cream. What was that? He's just going to get executed by the Draven.
We're watching G2 on the brink of a 3-0 win against the LPL second seed. G2 marching down the bot lane. It's still a minute left on this Baron buff. They will not let up.
And without Cream, it's going to be so hard to defend. This inhibitor turret should be going down. And look at Broken Blade. It's
Wait a
exactly
sec.
what you were talking about, Dagda. He is impossible to stop. His health bar just keeps going. The inhibitor will be taken down here, and G2, they're poised for the 3-0.
They have the Nexus in their eyes, they're not gonna stop.
There's
This
Cream only just respawned, and he will now be just executed on the fountain. There is another one for Hansama. G2 will take down the first Nexus turret.
Come on, you boys!
About revenge for G2 in Tian's home turf. They will take down Top Esports and knock them out of the tournament.
This was not the way today was supposed to go. This was not what was supposed to happen for Top Esports.
The Nexus will finally get focused, but I think G2 want a few extra kills. Caps grabs one as Cream's back in the death chamber. There goes Tien. It's a double for the Triss, make it a triple, and there goes the Nexus. A 3-0 for G2.
What, when, how? All of the above. G2 just 3-0 Top Esports.
An incredible series from Europe's first seed.
This matchup with Yike and Mickey X in the Verizon post-game interview.
And we're back here for the Verizon post-game interview with G2 Esports, the winner, crushing victory today against Top Esports. First things first, Mickey, I feel like you had a revenge to take today.
Yeah, it was a nice one. We were talking a little bit with Tian in the pre-game lobby. So yeah, it was nice to just get our revenge for once.
I saw you flashing the FPX emote, anything?
Yeah. So in the pre-game chat, Tian wrote that he got his G2 emote ready from 2019. So then I told him, okay, I got my FPX one. So I had to go and get it on. And I only put it for victory and ace.
Perfect. I mean, yeah, you have to time your emote timings. That's how you win the mental war here, actually. Yike. Crushing series, but I also feel like statement series for you. We've talked about you facing off against Tian. I know that you were looking for a victory like this. What does it mean to you to get this one today against Top Esports?
I think it means a lot because, yeah, I don't know, last time we actually won against an Asian team, like Europe won against Europe won against an Asian team. It's been like such a long time, and I've always been like 5 years ago, I was, watching G2 win against them, and I was like so excited. And then we were always losing, but then we actually managed to win it finally. So I'm very, very happy. I'm very proud of myself and my team.
You said it yourself. You tweeted it before the game. As I said, a revenge to take on here. Tell me about the preparation coming against Top Esports, because they didn't fight that much. The last game maybe, but it was a really one-sided one here.
Yeah, I feel like we prepare a lot more than this. At least like both T1 and Top Esports were. I don't feel like they prepared so much. I think we had better drafts like every game. Maybe third game was a bit weird, but overall I think we had better drafts. And yeah, I think we just talk so much in reviews and we learn so much. And yeah, we're just doing much better.
And I do feel like when I think about the improvements, they have to be coming from bot lane, especially. And you knew, Mickey, that coming up against Top Esports, they're going to be aggressive in the very first moments of the game. Tell me about the synergy with Hansama and the confidence also to play the way you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, I think me and Hans were pretty much on the same page all the games. Maybe not the last one. Last one we were like a little bit out of sync, so we died. But I think the first 2 games, it was mostly just them being like very disrespectful, it felt like. Because like they should never win the level 2. Like in the first game, they just got caught. And then Varsol stayed with 10 HP and I had Hex Flash, so I killed him as well. And he used Flash. And in the other game, I think maybe just weren't prepared for Kog'Maw Braum, like how it works. So yeah.
I mean, I do feel like when teams become disrespectful, this is also when you guys get carried away. Tell me about refraining the aggression today and just like staying focused so that the game doesn't slip from your hands.
Yeah, I mean, we always talk about just like staying in the present moment and not get ahead of ourselves and just always being game 1. So yeah, even when we were ahead, we just took it very seriously. We prepared as much as possible, discussed every possibility. Maybe not blind picking support in the third game, but
it happens.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the staff is just helping us so much with staying in the blue zone, that we call it, and I think we're very, very like in the zone right now when we play the games.
From the T1 series to the PSG series to maybe crushing one of the favorites we have in the tournament today. How do you foresee the rest of the tournament? We don't know the opposition yet, but maybe a rematch against T1 coming.
Yeah, that'll be hype.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be T1 or Team Liquid. Either one, I think it's going to be very hype because we get the rematch against T1, and I think we really want to beat them this time. And if it's Team Liquid, then we have to revenge for Fnatic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also, I think if we win every game now, I think we have to play every single opponent like that is left.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be very nice and very rewarding if we actually win against everyone, because then we're actually the best. Because in 2019, we didn't actually beat IG even once, so it felt a little bit like iffy. But now, if we actually make a whole gauntlet run, I think it was going to feel nice.
It will be a statement run. We'll see about this one, guys. Thank you so much. And
thank you
on behalf of the West. Of course, Shox, over to you.
Thank you so much. Nice call out there to 2019.
I really like the mindset.
That's good.
Because it just means they're continually hungry. Like, I got no sense of job done from them in that interview.
No.
So.
Well, they shouldn't, because if you can beat TES, sky's the limit, right?
And if you know what? We're just going to toss to another interview because, as I said, Caps was being interviewed by Candice on stage, and we'll head over to that.
欢迎来到我们的赛后采访，我是主持人云上，也要恭喜 G2 获得本场比赛的胜利。我们邀请到的是 Caps 选手来接受我们的采访，先邀请他和大家打声招呼。Congratulations! Would you like to say hello to all the fans over here?
Hello everyone! Thank you for the support.
好的，也是再一次恭喜他们获得本场比赛的胜利。其实呢 ，G2 在国际大赛当中总是给人带来惊喜，同时这一次的 MSI 让人感觉他们是有备而来，完美的准备。所以想知道他们为了这一次的 MSI 究竟做了多少的准备呢？G2 is always well prepared in international tournament and is always cook something behind. So what's the preparation like for G2 for this MSI?
Yeah, we definitely want to come up with as many like creative picks and try to catch people off guard. And as soon as we won the LEC, it was just straight to figuring out some combos and seeing what was good on the patch, so we could do our best at MSI.
我们总是想要去有一些比较创造性的组合，同时能够将对手打一个措手不及。当我们能够赢下 LEC 的时候，我们其实就已经开始着手准备这一切的 BP 也好，战术也好，能够好好的准备这一次的 MSI。那我们看到呢，其实在今天的赛前的比赛当中，他们在他们的准备室里面有进行一些热身的小游戏，很想知道这也是他们赛训的一部分吗？有对于今天的比赛一个怎样的帮助呢 ？We saw a very special warm-up game in the ready room today. Is this also part of the preparation of the MSI? So how does that help for you guys?
Yeah, so we wanted to try out something new, trying to play the spike ball before our game today. And we just wanted to keep have a good energy coming into the game, you know, get a bit of movement going. And it was actually the first time we tried it, and it looked like it worked out great.
确实，我们的赛训组一直在尝试一些新的东西，能够让我们在比赛之前能够好好的热身。同时，我们觉得这个好像确实在今天比赛当中有了不错的作用。那今天看到他们有使用这个艾翁的打野，在这个版本当中其实并不是非常常见的。很想知道他对于这个艾翁打野是怎么样看待的，同时和其他的打野又有怎样的不同呢？In the current meta, the Ivern is not very commonly seen. So, what do you think of the Ivern jungle, and what's the difference between Ivern and the other jungles?
Yeah, so Ivern is definitely like an underutilized champion. I think he can be a bit weird with his clear because he has to like mark the camps and then go back for them. And then of course he has like a lot more shields and like utility than necessarily like damage. And it was actually a champion we were playing even last year, so now we're like bringing it back this year.
我觉得艾汪打野其实更是功能型的打野，它其实在清野方面的路线不太一样，因为它需要去标记野怪，同时在之后呢取得这个野怪的经验值或者是其他东西。但是艾汪打野呢，它可能会有更多的像盾啊，或者是帮助其他队友的这种功能性辅助的感觉。那同样的，我们其实在去年就已经使用了艾汪打野，所以我们只是把去年我们准备的东西拿到今天的这个比赛当中。那可以看到呢，其实在今天的比赛当中 ，G2 有展现出来他们的纪律性，因为之前的 G2 一直是以他们的进攻性打法而闻名。那这一次他们究竟做了多少的努力，能够提升他们的这些纪律性，尤其是在这一些大龙团的方面呢 ？So G2 is known for the aggressive play style, but today you show a totally different G2 with the discipline within the team. So how much effort did you put into that?
So definitely we realized that our comps are a bit too hectic, like we are just talking all over each other and a lot of screaming, so we were trying to just like calm it down a bit for today. And I think when we play a bit more calm, it definitely helps out a lot.
因为来到这一次的 MSI， 我们其实打得过于的兴奋了，我们一直都可能会是大喊大叫，所以这一次我们的比赛呢，试图能够让自己冷静下来，我们慢慢的打，能够沉着冷静的打这一场 BO5。那最后一个问题，他们即将要和 Team Liquid 和 T1 的胜者在下一个阶段交手，他对于下一场比赛是怎样预测的 ？So you're going to play against the winner of Team Liquid and T1. What's your prediction of the next series?
So actually I was talking with Appa and I hear he was very confident going against T1, but we went up against them before and we know they're a very strong team, so I'm probably going to have to give it to T1.
因为我之前和 Team Liquid 的中单选手 APA 有过交谈，他似乎看起来是非常自信的，但是因为我们跟 T1 之前有过交手，我们觉得 T1 是一支非常强力的队伍，所以我可能还是要预测 T1 会获得这一场比赛的胜利了。那我想问问 Caps 有没有准备好？如果说 T1 能够获胜的话，他们的复仇之战有没有做好准备呢 ？So are you ready for the revenge if T1 win the next series?
We'll definitely do better this time.
那我们这一次一定会做得更好。那也是再一次感谢 Caps 来接受我们的采访。我们的赛后采访到此先告一段落，我们明天同一时间还会再见。
Thank you.
Thank you, Caps and Candace. Oh, his smile is so wholesome the whole time.
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 MSI lower bracket round 2 matchup between G2 and Top Esports. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.